stressed.
Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Great morning. I am one of your cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home of Blow. And of course, he's in. He's here.
I'm here today.
He is not Snuffleupagus, Sesame Street. It's like, is he real? Where is he? You've been saying he's going to be here, and he hasn't been here.
The accounts of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. I'm still here.
The legendary Damian LZ. Great morning, man. Great morning.
I am happy to be here. Happy to be off the couch and be here.
Yeah. You the cousin, you the chicken noodle sub?
Chicken noodle sub. if Cousin Huff was chicken noodles, that's what I am today. I am. Because whatever's going around, y'all make sure y'all, wash your hands, give people dap instead of handshakes for the next couple of weeks. Because whatever's going around hit me and hit my house, and woo, it ain't no joke.
Man, listen, man, yesterday I was talking about our children prepared, and, they're talking about, like, with different counties here in Wisconsin that have been seeing measles outbreaks. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm saying, like, even on that level, are your children vaccinated? And what are the other things that you have done to be able to make sure that your children are prepared for this new school semester?
Well,
you feel what I'm saying?
Parents let that, nobody's had the measles in 20 years, 30 years, and let those vaccinations lapse. No.
Until it happens.
Until it happens, it's too late. That's why you got to keep them up on it. Keep
Absolutely.
Kids going to the doctors and all of that.
Man, because health is very, very important. And in schools and child care learning centers, that's where the children run rampant with
and
it.
That's how it's spread. There's an episode of Bernie Mac where he talks about where it shows like how a sickness goes from one person to the next person. I know it's it's a sitcom and stuff like that. It's nothing scientific, but it really explains clearly how this happens. It goes from one person touching this, they touching the doorknob,
like the movie Outbreak.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? It's like there was the black and white monkey that was from Africa or wherever it was from, and all of a sudden it touched this, it touched that, and it spread like wildfire. One of the other examples of that, man, is just when they show you what a sneeze looks like.
Oh yeah.
Magnified times magnified. And you just like, wow. And even a cough. You get what I'm saying? And some people don't properly know how to cough. You know what I'm saying? They don't do the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't cover it like that. They think that this is doing it, but really you can be still spreading. And it's simple. And some people, and I talked about yesterday, some people's immune systems are compromised. So, it's easier for them to contract something. So it's very, very important.
Especially this respiratory stuff that's going on, because that's what had me with some respiratory something. And it had me, I could actually hear it when I was going to sleep. I could hear the mucus in my, not to gross anyone out, but you can hear it. And so it was some respiratory that hit me, and it hit a bunch of people that I was working with during the week. And so y'all just be careful out here,
right?
And make sure that y'all follow whatever type of hygiene you can.
That's right.
Make sure that you don't get sick.
Hand sanitizer should be your friend. Disinfectant wipes should be your friend. And don't, because once you contract it, it's tougher to try to get rid of it.
And then as you get older, it's like you keep it for a longer look. They showing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Good looking out, Andrew. I like Andrew. Nice to meet you, brother. Okay. Johnny on the spot. I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you have to think like we're just getting off a pandemic, so people's immune systems are already damaged from COVID and all of that other stuff, and your respiratory.
And we really ain't off the pandemic because people still getting COVID-19.
Yeah, my daughter got it before she went to college, so it's like it's still out there, you know. And I didn't have it. I tested it, didn't have it, but and the people that around me tested it, didn't have it, but it was like it felt like it.
Right. Okay.
It felt like it, the way it hit, and it wasn't as long, but the way that it hit, and the way it sat you down real quick, felt like it. So y'all just be careful.
Yeah, I've seen it take the strongest people down, man, and I've lost so many people. You know, for the people, I talked about this a little bit yesterday too. It's like that, oh man, that ain't real. That ain't real. It's some people that I know that are deceased because it's real. So it's not always just the COVID-19 virus that is what's taking them out, but any issues that you may have, any compromises that you have, it exacerbates it. You know what I'm saying? It takes it to a whole nother level. And that's where the issues come in at. So when you're at work and, they've modified with the COVID-19 pandemic where like some bathroom doors, you can push it with your foot. They got the little thing. And they've come up with different things to try to help you also be safe. And just know, some people still wear their mask, and I ain't mad at them.
I ain't mad at them. I see people with their mask on. I don't trip.
That's right.
You know, as long as it ain't, somebody with their hood on.
Yeah, the Pusheisty and the
come on, man.
Mask. Yeah.
But if you just at office and you just have a mask on, I'm not concerned. If you don't want to shake my hand and you want to, you're like, hey, man, I ain't mad. Because you gotta take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And especially if you got somebody at home, you may not be even the one that's compromised. If you got a baby at home, you got somebody at home that is susceptible to these types of things easier. You have to take the type of care when you go out to not bring it back. And that's what, during Hip Hop Week, I was out here. You saw me, Homer. I'm all over the place.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking to thousands of people.
That part, bruh.
Thousands. Not just like a couple of people here and there.
That's right.
I'm talking to thousands of people every day during Hip Hop Week. And it was just like, I was hoping it didn't happen. But when it did, it was like,
And the one of the worst things about that, and because, we're both in the public limelight, right, is there are some people that even though you just want to do dap, it's like, okay, I got to shake this brother's hand.
Right.
I have to shake this sister's hand. And it's like the thoughts in your mind, though, it's like, no.
Right. You're like, I got to.
You know what I'm saying? So
you feel compelled.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Give them that
absolutely,
dap and that hug, and you have to.
Absolutely.
Because that's our culture. And that's and then if you don't do it, then they're going to be like, man, what was up with Homer?
Right.
Bro?
Real talk.
Well, Homer was acting funny. They don't understand you might just be getting over something, or you trying to prevent something from coming home. You have to say that. And you get tired of saying that to everybody.
Right.
Hey, man, we need this dap.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
So,
and some people really feel super offended.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's like that? We're like, no, I'm just,
like, dog, why
COVID going around. We're like, oh, so you think I got COVID now? You get what I'm saying? And it's like,
Dame was acting funny when I saw him.
There you go.
That get back to you. Like, man, I didn't want to get that brother sick or
That's
something.
right.
I was getting over something. Like, I'm coming in the office now. I see Andrew. I give him dap. Like,
That's
I'm
right.
just
That's
getting
right.
over this. I don't want to, in case there's any lingering effect, I'm trying to protect you as well as protect myself.
We appreciate that.
You're welcome, brother. That's, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. I definitely, when we get into the show, I definitely need you to recap.
Oh, yeah.
Hip Hop Week,
It was a great
MKE
week.
2025. There were so many different events, and I want you to be able to, kind of elaborate the strategic way that Hip Hop Week MKE 2025 was put together by the Alderman Russell Stanford II and you being his assistant, and the work that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes, Dame, people see the fruits of the labor, but they don't understand what it took to bring all of these things together and all of these entities and to really teach about hip hop. So it's not just about concerts, because a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just going to be a bunch of hip hop concerts. No, you're really keeping the elements of hip hop alive, because some people don't know the variations of, and then to be able to hear and talk with and interact with those people that we know are hip hop legends who helped pave the way to what we know as hip hop from the roots. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
From the roots. So that part in itself, man, I know a lot of people don't know and don't understand, but you're going to learn this morning. You're going to learn this morning.
You must learn.
That part.
If you know.
Absolutely. Great morning to Alfonso Dupree on the YouTube Talk and YouTube page here. You can sign in and check in on the Talk text page, 833-212-1017. But again, great morning, Alfonso Dupree. I love you. I appreciate you. Willie Graves, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Sis Star Lorena Star Marie, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Venus Jones, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Craig XL, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Yogi, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Gabe Williams, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. He said, morning, Homer. Chicken noodle soup Dame and Blood Nation.
I accept
that. That part. So, again, when we come back from taking care of some bills, we're going to hear about Hip Hop Week MKE 2025 and what it means, you know what I'm saying, to the city of Milwaukee when former Alderman Khalif Rainey ended up bringing this about. And I was just so happy and blessed that Alderman Russell Stanford II said, you know what, this ain't going nowhere. You know, we're going to make sure that we continue this historic thing, and you'll hear about that when we come back. Just want to remind you, Truth Nation, calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business Give Black. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveblack.com. That is blackbusinessgiveblack.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveblack.com. Associated Bank member of FDIC. We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Marquette University High School football lives here. Catch all the action of Hilltoppers football on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Tune in this Friday night as the Hilltoppers travel north to take on the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.J. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Berghardt Sporting Goods.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We are your cousin subs of the day. I am the legendary Homer Blow, and he is
Dame Elzy.
The legendary
Dame Elzy. You know that I got it.
I know you got to get used to it.
No, you know I am used to it now. Doing Hip Hop Week.
Good.
You know, I had shout out to my brother Renell who did the Fear MKE run. I just sent Andrew the video from that, so he could show y'all. But he introduced me before I talked at the legendary Dame Elzy, and I was like, yeah, I like that.
See what I'm saying?
And you know, my guy's like, oh, you legendary, and I was like, yeah, you know, I think I am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's why I put the respect and the gravy on it, bruh. I mean,
think I am.
Bruh, it is what it is. You put in the work, man.
I've done it.
You got the time vested. Yeah. You vested, bruh. You vested. Once you vested, man, you know, and the people acknowledge it. You get what I'm saying? It's not something that, for me, you know, that I just take on. Oh, I'm gonna no. The people, when they continue to say, like, man, you legendary, man, you a legend.
I put on myself.
There you go.
I resisted it.
I did too.
Until this last week, everybody on me like, man, thank you for what you're doing. You're a legend for this and what y'all doing. And so I was like, you know what?
I received it for decades, but it was the late Eric Vaughn. May he continue to rest in peace.
Eric.
But just knowing all of the award-winning work that he had done in this city, as outside of the city, Washington, D.C., and all of that. Mm-hmm. But every time that I would be in the studio or co-host with him or something, he always say, hey, we got the legend. You know, we got the legendary Homer. And I was like, you know what? I wasn't, people had been saying it for years, but I just wasn't saying it. But he was like, no, you know, Homer, you deserve that. I mean, nobody disputes that.
When you get legend, it implies that you're done. Like your story is done, it's written. But no, it just means that you still writing on your story. You still creating and doing things, but what you've done up to that point is legendary.
Hence the words that are added with living legend.
Yeah.
So people are used to, oh, okay, no, living legend, and that's what it is. Yeah. And until the wheels fall off, you feel what I'm saying? We keep doing it.
You keep working.
Mickey Minaj, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Of course, DV1 Trailblazers, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. So yeah, let's talk about hip hop.
Let's talk about
MKE 2025. How did it start? And what is the significance? Because it's historical, and you know what I'm saying? It's a history-making situation, and it started right here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's historic, and it's from its inception.
Yeah. So it's yours now. Go.
2018, Khalif and I were, because Khalif is a huge hip-hop head. He goes to all of the concerts all across the country. He was even working on a board game at this time. And so we were in D.C., Khalif and Russ, we were in D.C. for a conference, and Khalif and Russ were rooming at the time, and Khalif didn't know who I was at that point. Khalif's a little younger, so he didn't know who I was at that point, and so he kept telling Russ he wanted to battle me because Russ was telling him, "You don't want to rap with Dame. Dame really raps." So we start rapping, we start battling. He says his rap, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Then I do my little freestyle, and he's like, "Oh, you can rap. You rap for real, for real." I was like, "Yeah, brother, I do this." And so ever since then, we have built up a relationship around hip-hop. And as Khalif came up with this idea, he was like, "Man, everybody was doing some type of festival or something, right? We had the Big Clean, the Big Serve, Malele and them had, Bronzeville." And so Khalif was like, "I want to do something. But I want it to be true to what I do." And he was like, he hit me up like, "I want to do Hip Hop Week." And I was like, "What that look like?" He was like, "Well, I wanted to have the pillars of hip hop involved in it, but I also wanted to be focused on health, civic engagement, and financial literacy." And I said, "I bet, let's do it." And so ever since 2018, we have been working towards creating this Hip Hop Week, and what you see now is the culmination of 7 years of work. And in the first one, we worked out some kinks, we did some things, and it was like, okay, this is how we do it. This is what we're gonna do. We want to make sure we cover all the bases. And with Hip Hop Week, like I just mentioned, we want to make sure that we cover financial literacy, health and wellness, and civic engagement. This year we had my man Coach Darvin Moore speak on financial literacy. I went to his conference at the Gym Plaza on 6737 North Titonia. It was great. I hear financial people talk, and a lot of times I'm like, that don't apply to me, because they speaking on a level for people that have already got their stuff together.
Right.
Or they haven't gotten anything together, right? But the way he was dropping it on me was so beautiful, and even I took something from it. Then you had, with the health, we had the spin MKE stuff, where people early in the morning could go spin and do the cycling with the DJ there. And then we had the Fear MKE run, which that's the video I sent you, Andrew, is the Fear stuff, where on Saturday, which was one of the best events, people came out and they ran a mile or walked a mile or whatever. I say all of that to say the mayor showed up. Everybody showed up. And then I say all of that to say we had the civic engagement where Dawn Blakegrove from North Carolina, who works with Benjamin Crump, came up here and talked about the 14th Amendment and how it affects black people. So what we did with Hip Hop Week and how it has evolved is it's not just concerts. And people be like, "Oh, they're paying all these people to come." No, it's not just concerts. We have stuff that is worth your while to come check out. Everything, and at the evening, we're going to have a concert because it's hip-hop. And we're going to have all types of hip-hop. We're not just going to have the conscious backpack hip-hop. We're going to have all types of hip-hop covered. We're going to have breakdancing. We're going to have DJ classes like we had this year. We're going to have all the 5 pillars of hip-hop covered, but we're also going to have financial literacy, health and wellness, and civic engagement.
And that's it. That is it. Because again, a lot of people talk about hip hop but don't know the history of it, and the different styles. You get what I'm saying? So when you understand the pillars and the education that Hip Hop Week MKE 2025 gives, and just like when we had one of the legends, Lords of the Underground. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And to show how he excelled to an elected official.
He's an elected official.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, and then even though he wasn't scheduled to do any performing, I had him performing right there in City Hall. I started playing his music, and I know how you are when you are an artist. It's like,
that's the same thing with Greg Nice. Greg Nice was here Saturday at the Lee Alexander's upstairs in Brownstone, and it was he was selling his called what is it called? It's called sticks, his butter sticks, his cigars.
Okay.
But he was just up there supposed to be chilling, you know, hanging out with everybody, right, in this small, intimate environment. He saw a microphone, picked up the microphone and gave us a show, you know? And that's hip-hop.
Yeah.
What we're doing with the vehicle of hip-hop is the vehicle. And through hip-hop, we're delivering all these different aspects of what our lives may need in that moment. You know, you may need financial literacy. Come check it out. You may need to know about civic engagement. Come check it out. You may need some health and wellness in your life. Come check it out. So shout out to Matt Talbot. Shout out to the Bucks. Shout out to everybody to We Energies. Shout out to everybody who donated to Hip Hop Week. Shout out to Alderman Khalif, former Alderman Khalif Rainey, who this is his brainchild. Shout out to Alderman Russell Stamper, who took it up because, you know, I was a part of it from the beginning. And Russ is like, Day, we're going to take this over, this y'all baby. I don't want it to die. I'm like, bro, we need you to take it over. And he stepped up. And he's always been a part of it because Russ's thing has been the financial literacy. And that's his baby.
Right,
so he made sure that every year we had someone that was viable in that. Because that ain't, Khalif and I is hip hop. I'm hip hop. Khalif is he goes out and through his travels he meets all of these people, right? And so he brings back their information to me, and now he's like, dang, I want to book this person, let's do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And because I speak that language.
Yes, sir.
I can talk to him.
Yes,
and we
sir.
can work it out. Wham, wham, wham. And they trust me. They trust him, and they come. And this year we had the clips. We had the clips. They was brilliant. That show was crazy.
First time reuniting. You know what I'm saying? So that was historic in itself.
And coming back here, it's been decades since they were back here. Everybody was at that show. It was dope. We had a table set out. We gave out like 200 T-shirts just on that day.
Yes, sir.
Then the next day, Monday, we had Gat Turner at Wisconsin Black Historian. And I'm just saying this to say it's all over and Gat Turner just didn't do a show. Gat Turner did like a one-man show. You know, and we can talk about it more on the other side of the break.
Yes, sir.
He talked about black men, and it was just a black man show, and it was an SOS to black men. So it was
great. And yeah,
So we got to get ready to take care of some bills. We're going to hear more about recapping Hip Hop Week MKE 2025. I'm already excited about 2026.
Oh, yeah, we're already working on it.
This is Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow. He is the legendary
Dame Elsie.
And we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, if better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone, and the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhoffels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattress to Steinhoffels. Now you can try Helix in person, something you just can't do anywhere. Right now, Steinhoffels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our Truth Nation listeners. So head to steinhoffels.com to learn more today. Helix Sleep at Steinhoffels. Better sleep starts now.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at HAWS Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact HAWS of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
Juneteenth signifies the occasion in 1865 when the final enslaved blacks in Texas were notified of their liberation 2.5 years subsequent to the Emancipation Proclamation. The moment when 100% of victims of slavery finally recognized their liberation indicated the principles of the U.S. Constitution came to be universally applicable. This represents a success for Black Americans and a subsequent and significant point in American history, highlighting the nation's alleged dedication to liberty and justice for all. The recent verdict in the murder of Sade Robinson serves as a reminder of the enduring evils and oppression we still face. Despite independence, numerous blacks still encounter exploitation, and they are masquerading as freedom. Commemorating Juneteenth compels us all to acknowledge these realities and compel the nation's past and promote a truthful national narrative. Juneteenth, along with the murder conviction of the disgusting individual who killed Miss Robinson, serves not merely as a celebration, but also as a summons to action. Remember this history in your daily discussions and interactions. If Juneteenth caused the conflation of liberty and justice for Black America, I say one death represented by the murder of Miss Robinson is a denial of liberty and an injustice to all of Black America.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Northbound 43, right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. Looks like we have some debris in the roadway. It is a bumper. And they may have to close off a lane to try and clear this thing out of the way. So just something to keep in mind. It's really not slowing down through that area, so we're in good shape. Southbound 41, heavy from Appleton down past Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing from just north of Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Capitol. Eastbound 94 slowing from Highway 16 in patches all the way to about Calhoun. You're back on the brakes from Highway 100 all the way through the stadium. And the westbound side's backed up from the zoo into about Elm Grove Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early sunshine, increasing clouds, isolated afternoon showers, a high of 76. Tonight, chance for showers or storms, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Great morning. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home Blow. He is the legendary
Dame Elsie. It's been a minute. I forgot to hit my mic.
Shaniqua, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Sandra Douglas, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Everybody that's on our YouTube page and, of course, X. And remember, the Truth Talk text lines are always open for you, 833-212-1017. We were gaining the history and the knowledge of how Hip Hop Week MKE started here in Milwaukee and how this historic situation continues. And Dame, you had some more that you wanted to share.
So
man.
we stopped. Where did I stop? I stopped on Monday. We're talking about Gat Turner. And I think Gat Turner's presentation that he gave on Monday at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society was important because it exemplifies what we did with this year. We did a lot of partnering with this year, and so we wanted to switch it up. Last time we did it, 2023, we did it so big, we had the whole city lit, but it wasn't. It was everything, but we wanted to do it more. We wanted to highlight more of what already is in the city. So this year we teamed up with and I say Gat Turner because he hit up Russ and was like, Russ, I want to do something. And then Russ was like, okay, holla at Dame. So me and Gat came up with his one-man show where he was rapping and doing his performances, but he was also teaching and speaking to Black men. It was a men-only show, and he was speaking, and it was well attended, and he was speaking to Black men. So that's what type of things we are doing with Hip Hop Week. It isn't just performance; it's just to be performing. It's something to be done and something to be said. So this year, the goal was to partner with other people. So we partnered with The Rave. We partnered with Breaking and Entering. We partnered with True School. We partnered with Spin MKE. We partnered with Fear MKE. We did a lot of partnering so that we could highlight things that are already taking place in the city and bring them more exposure and bring them more, whatever the case may be, via our resources through Hip Hop Week.
Collaboration is so important. Right. And if more people understood the power of doing that, and it's just like when I collab with my nonprofit, Homer Blow Foundation, Inc. nonprofit, again, if we can partner up, if we can collaborate, we will get more done, more accomplished. And the people, which is who we are reaching out to, will get that experience. You know what I mean? They'll get an even greater experience because it's not one entity fighting against another entity. It's like all of the 6 million book bag giveaways.
Yeah.
It's like, how about doing one on the south side, one on the north side? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to just,
But then who gets the credit? And see, that's the thing.
And that's the problem.
That's the problem. And so what it was with Hip Hop Week, and Hip Hop Week is my baby. And I love hip hop, and I don't make a lot of money from this stuff. I don't get any extra money.
That's why I couldn't wait for you to talk about it.
Yeah, I do it because I wanted to make sure that as a legend in Milwaukee hip hop, as I'm accepting that title, that it went off the way it was supposed to be, and it was represented the way it's supposed to be. Hip Hop Week is the only municipal sanctioned Hip Hop Week event in the country. There's no, you can go, it's not done in New York, it's not done in LA, it's not done in Chicago, it's not, and there's nothing against those cities. I'm just saying these have always been hubs for hip hop, but it's not done in any of those places. We had the wherewithal and we had the conviction via Khalif and his idea to make it happen here. And so this is the only, so we are known across the country, y'all.
That's right.
Milwaukee is known across the country for Hip Hop Week. And as we go about doing it and more people get involved, the word gets out and people want to come.
That's right.
People hitting us up this year wanting to come be a part of it, and they already hitting us for next year. So we have to go through and be like, how does this act or how does this presentation, how does it coincide with what we're trying to do? And if it doesn't, we can't use it. If it does,
that's right.
We do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the collaboration that went about, and like I was saying, Hip Hop Week is my baby, and sometimes when it's your baby, you kind of hold it tight. So this year we had to let it go because we were like, okay, we need to spread our wings and we need to do more for the city. How can we do more for the city outside of just having local rappers?
That's right.
And I hate calling them local, but having rappers that are bred from the city.
Yeah, I always call them Milwaukee artists.
Milwaukee artists, because I hate it when people call me a local rapper. Like, man, I'm all over the country.
Right.
Local, man.
Because you stunting your growth.
Right. No, they're not local. But how do we do it outside of just having artists from Milwaukee performing someplace? How can we put on for the city? And so we put on for the city by involving the organizations that have been doing this for a while.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes longer than Hip Hop Week, but they don't have the resources that we have.
That's right.
we teamed up with GAT on Monday. On Tuesday, we had the True School did a DJ school throughout the week where they would have well-known DJs like New Styles, Socialor,
Stretch,
Lolo, Stretch. They had these DJs come in and teach people. So I sat in on some of the classes, and it was beautiful to see these kids and these older adults who just now wanted to learn how to DJ, but they didn't start them with the Serato and all that stuff. That's right. They had them pulling out vinyl.
There you go.
And people was like, I've never seen vinyl, and I never done it. And so it was just like, wow. So it's making an impact in that regard. Then so they did that from Monday to Thursday. So we partnered with them, and that was beautiful because we should have been partnering with True School before. And now I take the blame for that probably because, like I said, it's my baby, and I didn't want to have a bunch of people in the kitchen while we was putting it together.
I got you.
But now it's to the point where it's already solidified. So let's get everybody involved. So True School is involved. My brother Fidel over there.
Yes, sir.
They do a great job over there. Then Wednesday we started it off with the Tuesday we had Breaking and Entering do a beat battle. Now they've been doing beat battles in Milwaukee since 2015. They've been doing them at the Jackalope and places like that, smaller venues, right? And they did it. They were a part of Hip Hop Week in the past and did it on their own. And we were like, nah, we're gonna support it. We're gonna put the resources behind it. So this year we brought in Ninth Wonder to judge the beat battle on Tuesday. It was great. It was at the Cooperage. We had to go through hell and high water to get this man here because of the city's new rules and stuff. But we did it. Everybody loved it. He had a great time. He's like, man, when y'all bringing me back? I need to do an R&B something because they love the R&B. So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yes, sir.
So then we did that with them. They were happy, but that wasn't it. That was just the semifinals. We had the finals the next night at the rave, and that was Benny the Butcher. And Kia the Rap Princess.
Yeah.
She opened up for Benny the Butcher. She did a great job. A magnificent job. That's why I booked her.
She's amazing.
I saw her one time at Summerfest, and this is what I'm saying. So all throughout the year, I see stuff, and I'm making a mental note. I saw her at Summerfest, like, oh, I'm going to book her.
She'll tell you, man, that I supported her when she started her career.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And, I believed in her. I saw the talent in her. Put her music in rotation, regular rotation on the radio, man.
And that's what we need to do more of. And that's what I was trying to do this year.
That's right.
Hip Hop Week. And even with dedicating the Hip Hop Week to OG Tweezy and my brother Twan Mack. And I say that to say Twan Mack was a supporter of Kia the Rap Princess at a level I didn't even know. But and so when I booked her, I told her this later on. I was like, maybe Twan was whispering in my ear. Because when she got up there, the last song she did was featuring my brother. You know what I'm saying? So so it was like, Twan was whispering in my ear. You got to book Kia. And that's the type of love we have via this hip-hop stuff. So they did a whole bigger stage. The rave and the Cooperage, thousands of people. It went off without a hitch. It was beautiful, right? That was that Wednesday was crazy. Wednesday was crazy. And then Thursday we had the spin. Wednesday we had the spin class in the morning. Shout out to DJ Meg Nice who did the spin class. That was the health stuff. Then Thursday was the financial guy. I talked about it already. Darvin Moore. He snapped. It was great. It was at the Gemstone Plaza. And like I said, a lot of times those cats just be covering stuff, and I'm like, okay, whatever. No, Darvin snapped. Coach Darvin snapped.
Yes, sir.
And then Friday we had another spin class, and then we had Cypress Hill, Lupe, and Atmosphere at the rave. We went up, we set up, we put out our T-shirts. This is around the time I started getting sick. Shout out to my volunteers, Maya, Lorraine, my man Izzy, my little cousin Man. One of the DJs from True School came, and she was just learning. She was so appreciative that we did the True School stuff. She's like, I'm going to come help y'all and volunteer.
That's right.
So it was beautiful. So Saturday, though, was the big day. We had, and that's the video I sent him, we had the Fair MKE run where the mayor showed up. We had like 60, 70 people show up to go running because of hip-hop. Hip-hop and Fear MKE. They was already doing this. They've been doing this for years. And it was like, and Renell, shout out to Renell, and he was like, bro, nobody really wants to partner with us. And this is the first time that somebody partnered with us. And you see how the success, and I was like, bro, you my brother. I see y'all out here running.
That's right.
Let's get it.
That part.
And so we did that. Then we had the civic engagement. That went off without a hitch. Then we had Greg Nice, and we had the breakdance battle. Oh, you should have seen these kids out here breakdancing. Man. It was beautiful to see.
Yes, sir.
And I say all of that to say the week encompassed everything. You see how excited I am about it?
Yes, sir.
I loved it so much, it took my health for a week. I gave my health to it, but it was beautiful. So shout out to everybody that came to a show. Shout out to everybody that reposted something. Shout out to everybody who told somebody to come, who spoke about it, who loved it. And next year is going to be even bigger and better because we're already working on it.
That part. And the financial literacy part is so important because when you think about a lot of our true old school legend hip hop artists, a lot of them, they weren't on the financial literacy part, and they are working at restaurants and different box stores and things of that nature because they didn't understand. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Homer Blow, and the legendary
Dame Elzy.
Cousin sub of the day.
I'm chicken noodle soup today.
Chicken noodle soup.
I'm trying to get better.
With some orange juice on the side.
Yeah, chicken noodle soup. Yeah.
All right.
You gotta do the dance.
We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo! God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks. And enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
For over 10 years, Crash Course has helped new drivers thrive, proudly serving Southeast Wisconsin with integrity, innovation, and a commitment to safety. They offer programs for both teens and adults led by state-licensed, safety-focused instructors. With flexible school-based pickup in communities across Southeast Wisconsin, Crash Course makes getting started simple and stress-free. Crash Course, the best choice driving school, trusted by thousands. Visit crashcoursewi.com to enroll today.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design.
Great impressions.
Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Tune in to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth Black Business Give Black Spotlight this Friday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe Show and The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Kyle Wallace will be joined by Sensore Irving, founder and executive director at Resources and Beyond. They will discuss Irving's efforts in creating family stability for people in Milwaukee and why she opened up a community food pantry to provide the necessary resources to those in need in our community. Once again, that's the Black Business Give Black Spotlight this Friday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Welcome, Black, to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow. He is the legendary
Dame Elsie in the building.
And you have been educated about Hip Hop Week, MKE.
Yes.
And what it means and how it's continuing to grow and evolve. And that's what it's all about, man. So people going to learn. You're going to learn today. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts.
Because like you said, but like you said, it's like the partnering, and we want to lead the way. Hip-hop has always led the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what hip-hop is. Hip-hop is doing something different. If you see, Russell Simmons said one time he was here for something, and he said hip-hop is, and maybe I saw it on the documentary, I don't remember, but he was like, hip-hop is, if everybody is doing this, then I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided, we needed to bring everybody together. It was too much. After the pandemic, everybody was off doing their own things in their own silos. We're partnering with people. We're bringing people together via hip-hop and via Hip Hop Week, and that's what we wanted to do.
Absolutely. Another thing, Dame, that has been in the news a lot is the Orange Man, as I refer to him as.
Yeah.
With the National Guard situation.
We even touched on the Orange Man during Hip Hop Week, doing the civic engagement stuff. So
okay.
It was everywhere. So just not to
absolutely.
But yeah.
Absolutely. And I want to get your vantage point on it because of working in that political arena.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of fear mongering that goes on, and people hear like, "Oh, this gonna happen, and that's how it's gonna happen, and that's how it's gonna happen." So I definitely want to dive into it more, especially in our second hour. But I want to start talking about it a little bit now. When he's on TV all the time, talking about, well, yeah, I'm going to send the National Guards here next, and I'm going to send them there, and touting on numbers of Washington, D.C. How realistic is it that the National Guards can be sent here by the Orange Man to quell the violence and crime that may be going on in and around our city? And when you hear, like, the mayor in Chicago came out like, nope, you ain't welcome here, they ain't coming here. Can our mayor or anybody in the city of Milwaukee, if that was to take place, do they have the power to say that you can't come here?
The mayor, no. The mayor is when it comes to the National Guard or anything like that, the National Guard is deployed by the governors. They are the generals, so to speak. Not in that sense, but they are, if you want to look at it that way, they are the generals of the National Guards for their state. It's state run. So, like, when he tried to do it in L.A., and Gavin Newsom was like, y'all got to go because I control the National Guard. And then they went to court, and the court said, yeah, y'all got to go. Y'all got to be out of here by such and such date, or whatever the case may be. That's what we're facing here. And we have to understand that Trump says a lot of stuff, and he just says it.
Yep.
He just says it. And when Trump got elected in 2016, my friend and I, D Banks, we was like, we were looking into it. And what we determined was that you have to compare Trump to Putin, because that's his guy. That's who he's modeling all of his stuff after, right? So when you look at how Putin would act, Putin would say stuff and do stuff, and it would be basically, this is the left hand, but then he gonna smack you with the right hand. So this is all of the stuff Trump's saying, all of the crazy stuff he's saying he wanna do. Oh, I'm gonna change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. And stuff you can't even do, right? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And the National Guard saying he's gonna employ the National Guard to take over Chicago is one of those things. You can't do that. He can send them there, but the courts are just going to send them away. So it's not something he can do. He's doing it in D.C. because D.C. is a separate municipality. D.C. is federally run. It's a federal city. It's the capital. So he has control over that. There's a mayor of D.C., but the mayor is more so a manager. The Congress, and they'll make the true decisions for D.C. when they're voting on things and this, that, and that. So he controls D.C. He can put out the federal government. He can put out the National Guard there, and there's nothing we can do. That's why he's doing it there. But he can't do it in other states because there's such a thing as called state rights. And this is something that those Republicans and those, if you know anything about history, this is the type of stuff that started civil wars, was states' rights, was slavery and states having the rights to have slavery, and this Mason-Dixon line and all this stuff. So states' rights is a very important topic in American history. And if he wants to cross that line, he's crossing a line that has been volatile throughout American history. So I don't think he would do that, but it's just a matter of watch the left hand, watch the left hand, and then he smacks you with the right hand. So you have to watch what's going on behind the scenes with Trump, because while he's saying, I'm going to send the National Guard over here and do this, they're passing legislation in Texas to rig elections where 5 Congress people just got seats. You know what I'm saying? Where they gerrymandered a whole district.
The districts,
And, you know, and this is something, I've been one of those people where I have sometimes gotten excited when he was talking about, he was going to take over cities, take over this, take over that. And my brother, Tay Butler, hit me, and he'll be here Friday at doing a collage show over on 19th and North. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. But my brother, Tay Butler, was like, dang, he tried it in L.A. You saw what happened. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And it calmed me down, because I also, even knowing what he does, can get hyped up. I get caught up in the moment of it. And so, to answer your question, no. The mayors can't stop it. The governors can. And if he sends National Guard in, they'll be there for a couple of days or something. But then the courts will be like, y'all got to get the hell up out of here, because this is, you're overstating your bounds. And that's what Trump does. And Trump's whole presidency is about who gonna stop me. And then nobody stops him. He keeps doing it.
Now, for those couple of days, though, anybody that they detain, will that, once they're told, like, nope, y'all can't be here, Does it reverse everything that they did in those 2 days, or do those 2 days?
I think if you
know what I mean.
If you look at what happened in L.A., the template in L.A. when he tried to do it, the National Guard wasn't doing the detaining of the people. The National Guard was just doing the support of the police officers detaining people. They were just so the police officers and the federal agents that do whatever they do, the ICE, the DEA agents, all of those people, they have detaining powers. The National Guard doesn't have detaining powers unless it's martial law.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen it. We've seen it in Milwaukee in the past when they had the riots.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
When my mother and them talk about it all the time, where the tanks was down the street,
right?
Down
Absolutely,
3rd Street and stuff like that. Now they can do it when it's martial law, but see that's different because the governor was like, "Oh, I'm sending the National Guard." You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So there's rules and there are checks and balances to this, and this is what our speaker on Saturday was talking about with the 14th Amendment: is the checks and balances of it are eroding. So as the checks and balances erode, you centralize that power, and that's all Trump is trying to do. He's trying to erode those. So he's testing stuff, testing this. They do little tests, and if nobody says nothing, then they go all out. You know, and that's that. So L.A. was a test, and I'm glad the people in L.A. fought back. I'm glad Gavin Newsom's like, "No, we ain't. That's not going to happen here."
Right.
You know, and so the template has been set. So he goes to D.C. where there's no fight back, and he can say, "Look what I'm doing in D.C. Crime is down, and this, that, and that." But crime was already down in D.C. And at the same time last year, the same weekend that they took over last year, there was 200 arrests. This year, there was only 140 arrests. This is what the National Guard did. So you're basically showing crime is already down in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? You're just making a show. You're making a mockery of it.
That part. Again, you're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Of course, we're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. And, of course, we got to get ready to take care of some bills. Coming up in the next hour, we'll continue a little bit on this, but we got some other things that we'll be talking about as well. So you keep it tuned into, and to those of you who are on our YouTube and X page and the Truth Talk text lines, 833-212-1017, we want to make sure that we engage you. We'll be black.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
The biggest snowflakes out here have always been the white Republicans, who are so gung-ho on protecting the feelings of white kids while they ignore the needs of other kids. If Milwaukee's youth has a problem with fighting, well, white youth have a problem with being destructive and offensive. So it is sad that our government is actively working to de-emphasize educating and uplifting students of color in different backgrounds on college campuses. That emphasis is going to be diminished, and the only kids that will suffer will be our kids. They were willing to hold up the advancement of the state of Wisconsin because they disagreed with DEI. What are white Republicans afraid of? Why are they afraid to face the fact that their grandmas and grandpapas were part of a system which purposely held black folks back and failed to give us the access that we deserve? Until these politicians stop ignoring these egregious acts of hate and racial incidents, America can never be great again.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry. This is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Out one time.
Yeah.
We're black.
I like this little jazzy hip hop music you playing there, Andrew.
Man, he's been on point.
It's real smooth.
Yeah, it's been on point.
I bust bars.
I was gonna say, I still, when you are a lyricist, you can still bust bars.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it still happens because it's some of these beats I've heard them with lyrics and stuff to them. So yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. So again, we know that there's a lot of things that the Orange Man is doing. So I am a rumor crusher and myth buster, to say. So that's why I'm glad that we were able to have the legendary Dame Elsie break it down so people can understand. Yeah. So now if the governor is like, yeah, come on, bring it on,
then it can happen.
But if he is not, or she, in whatever case, the governor of whatever state, if they're not with it, then it can't happen. And if he does bring them, it'll be short-lived because they'll be told, like, nope, y'all got to get out of here.
Yeah, y'all got to get out of here. It's not going to work. And so we have to also realize that these cities that he's talking about are cities that have black people as mayors or women as mayors. And so it's all a part of his Make America Great Again, and saying that, spreading the narrative that black people or women are incapable of holding positions of power. They have this belief that only white men can be truly powerful and truly effective in these powerful positions. And they've said it. And so, he does this stuff to play to his base. He's going to talk this talk. He's going to walk that walk a little bit to play to his base. Quite honestly, those racist people that believe that in what I just said, that black people can't be in a position of power, women can't be in a position of power, that they are ineffective, that they are the ineptitude that we would present in those positions are the reason that this country is in the position that it's in. No, the reason this country is in the position that it's in is because of people like Trump. And the real reason he's in office is his own greed, because he just made $100 million since he's been in office.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Let that sink in. He's used the office to make $100 million. So that's the real reasoning for all of this stuff, and it all boils down to the dollars. And I always say that to everybody: just chase the dollars. See where the dollars go, and you'll see why they're doing what they're doing.
Let me go to the YouTube chat page. And RC Creation Muse, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said ChatGPT using the National Guard can work as a short-term emergency measure to stabilize dangerous situations, but it's not a sustainable or comprehensive crime reduction strategy for long-term. Also added effectiveness, investment in community programs, policing, reforms, and economic opportunities is usually more impactful. Hashtag MKE, great morning, love you, appreciate you. Said, once upon a time, it was the goal of Texas to succeed from the Union. Do you think that this is part of the greater goal by all of these power grabs? And also said, it's the same reason he is threatening the lady on the highest bank. One person resigned. She says she isn't going, and neither is Jerome Powell.
That last part with all MK and thank you, Andrew, for showing that it was way more than 100 million. It was 3.4 billion.
That part
over the last 2 terms of him being in office. So this is a man who was leaking for all intents and purposes before he became president. Now he's made 3.4 billion, and this ain't just from selling gold sneakers. This ain't just from selling, gold Bibles like he was doing. That's just the low level stuff. They getting all the bread. They getting the bread from their low level supporters up to the millionaires and billionaires that own Facebook. And then that last part for all MKE, that's real deep too, because this black woman who sits over who's a part of the Fed board or something. And the Federal Reserve Board that Trump wants to try to take. If Trump can get, what we have to understand is Trump is effectively trying to pull a coup on the nation.
Absolutely.
And he's doing it a bloodless coup, a bloodless revolution. And what it is if when you look at what he did in D.C., that's the seat of power, right? So when they did it in January 6th, the insurrection, it didn't work. So now he's in power. Now he puts the federal agents in there to take over the city. That's the seat of power for our country. Anytime you do a coup, that once the military or somebody takes over the seat of power, they officially have control. So now, even if we say, Trump, you gotta go, who gonna go in D.C. and get him?
Right.
If you impeach this man for the stuff he's done, now he has control.
Absolutely.
He has a whole
I've been saying it.
Fiefdom.
I've been saying it.
Who's going to go in D.C. and get him? So this is all strategic that he's doing. And now he's trying to get control of, he's already took Elon and them and got all your personal information. So they already they know what you doing. They know where you at. They know all of the stuff that you like to buy. They know your Social Security number. They know all of this stuff. They got all of that, right? The government, they already had it. But now he has it personally. He wants to take over the last part of being a coup is taking over the money.
That's right.
And so the Federal Reserve Bank and all of that stuff is always been set aside from the control of the government, the Congress, the Senate, the president. These are the checks and balances we've been talking about, and that our speaker Dawn Blagrove was talking about on Saturday during Hip Hop Week, the erosion of the checks and balances. He's trying to get this black woman fired because this guy is Sally Mae, who pulled her application, which is private information, pulled her application on 2 houses that she bought in different states, and they said she checked the box that said it was going to be her primary residence. How do we know that's what happened? How do we know Sally Mae ain't changed this to say this? Or how do we know somebody else didn't prepare these documents that she didn't personally prepare these documents, right? So you have agents that do this. So maybe somebody else made the mistake and done it. But they're trying to say because she did that, she is not suitable to be on the Federal Reserve Bank. She can't be trusted, so she's got to be out of there. Because Trump can't fire people. But people don't understand is there's also another person that just quit, right?
Right. And so, Al, we see you from Sherman Park. We're going to let Dane finish this, and then we'll come to you.
And so then what happens is if this lady stops, now it's 5 people on this board. He already has one of them. So if he gets rid of this lady and this other person that already quit, now he's got 3 out of the 5. The erosion is there of the checks and balances. He has control over the Federal Reserve, so now he can lower the interest rate. He's
like
not
the
lowering
Supreme
the
Court.
He's not lowering the interest rate for you and me.
That's right.
He's lowering the interest rate for his rich cronies.
There you go.
So that they can do with things that they want to do and not have to pay back taxes and not have to pay stuff back.
Al from Sherman Park, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth?
Oh, well, first of all, good morning, gentlemen. This is off the topic that I called in about, but if you lower the interest rate, we pay back lower interest on the debt that we've borrowed. Violent crime. So I agree National Guard is not sustainable, but I think having strong men on the street saying a no to crime probably will be a greater prevention tool. So I don't know where our men in the community stand on being out on the streets and telling the young kids no. Well, I was going to say, so when we talk about this crime, we talk about crime going down, what level of violent crime should we accept?
What level of violent crime? I don't think we should be accepting any level of violent crime.
Okay, so that's my point. When we talk about the crime going down, we still have a large amount of murders and shootings out there. I was wondering if crime prevention is taught in health classes or part of K through 12 curriculum, violence prevention.
Not at all.
In the schools?
No.
Okay, so those are my points that I wanted to bring up. How much crime, particularly in the black community or communities where we live and we're getting shot and killed, is acceptable. And then I never believe that violent crime is a function of poverty. It's more a function of beef and people that have a disregard for other humans than it is about crime. Because you can always go steal something, right? You can steal checks. You could counterfeit if you're poor and you need to get something. You don't have to kill somebody.
Okay.
I think what they're saying when they say violent crime.
Thank you, Al.
I think what they're saying violent crime is a part of poverty is the conditions of poverty. It's not the fact that you don't have any money, so you're going to go kill somebody. It's the conditions of poverty that make you feel or have you acting in a violent manner. That's across whether it's black, white, Hispanic, Asian. If you poor and the conditions of poverty make you react and respond in certain ways. Whereas if you got money, you're rich, you don't have you're less likely to respond in those ways because you're not at your wit's end. You're not at the end of your rope. There's always other options before you get to that violent act.
Yeah. Thank you. Andrew has put up on the YouTube page.
Boy, Andrew is something else, ain't he?
Hey.
Jesus Christ. Leave this up here, Andrew. I want to look at it too.
Yeah, and
if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, check out the YouTube. Go to Truth YouTube.
101.7 The Truth on the YouTube page.
And Andrew is putting up the stats and the data. Every time we mention something, he's putting it up here, and it's beautiful to see. And if you look at it, crime in Milwaukee is down for the most part.
Yeah,
it's down. It's not drastically.
It's the
down.
homicides.
It's not drastically down.
The homicides are up.
In our district, the homicides are down. And it's close. It's relatively close. It was like we get something every week, and it was like 14 at this point last time, and it's like 12 or something. So yeah, it's. I think the police, and you'd be hard pressed to hear me say this, but I think the police are actually doing a better job this year than they've done in past years. Don't nobody shoot the messenger.
Hey, but they are.
This is. I'm still FTP till I die. But I know that Chief Norman is a brother I've talked to, and we got District 3 Captain, a young brother, is dope, and he's really into it. And so,
but I'm
just saying.
With your philosophy on that and the FTP, I definitely want to talk about that when we come back because I think I view that as a stereotype from a group of people who don't like to be stereotyped. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. We'll be black. We are your cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home Blow. He's the legendary Dame LZ, and of course, he's the chicken noodle soup sub with what is it on the side? Orange juice?
Orange soda.
Okay. Is orange soda going to really help you?
Diet Coke.
I'm just saying it's going to help you with your condition.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to help
a soda?
No.
I thought it was juice. Okay, we'll be black.
I can't drink juice. Diet Coke.
Okay.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
This may be another Elon Musk bureaucratic shuffle, or this may be whatever it is. These, Dr. Ken, are real consequences.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I believe that there's going to be a step back and a rollback to some of those places that we're talking about making cuts because of the drastic outcome that can occur.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ. And Mondays at 6 on 101.7 The Truth.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
We're black.
Yes, sir.
The Truth Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. We're going to go right to the lines. We've got Sandra. Sandra, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth?
Good morning. You and the guy that's with you? I don't know his name.
The legendary Damien Elzy.
My name is Damien Elzy.
Oh, okay. I'll write it down so I'll remember it. Okay, how you spell D-A?
D-A-M-E-O.
How you spell
D-A-M. E-O-N.
E-O-N.
And my last name is Elzy. E-L-L-Z-E-Y.
Okay. Yes, because I like listening to positive stuff because, number one, I called because I don't like the fact that we got a president up in there, and he's wanting to put the National Guards and all that stuff down here on the people. And my problem is I look at Kent State, where they were protesting the Vietnamese War.
Mm-hmm.
They killed 4 students. And then I look at China, that's what they call Tiananmen Square.
Tiananmen Square, yeah.
Where they roll the tanks on their people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this stuff can expand more than what people think. And so the main thing I get mad at is the fact that when they holler crime is the number one thing they get you really afraid of. So when they holler crime, I always look at black face. It looks like a mask of black face that's on the crime. And then so I go back to watching that the movie The 13th by Ava DuVernay.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they give you a good description of how this crime led to mass incarceration, how the money is made off of bodies, jobs I believe we should have. The money is made off of bodies in prison for these big industries, JCPenney's, and all these stores that we don't think about. And then it keeps us, especially black people in prison, they get the most years in prison. My son, I had a son he just died up there just before Christmas.
Oh, wow.
He had been in prison 22 years. And it was mainly solitary confinement. So whenever I had to see him, I had to see him on a TV screen.
My condolences.
Now, do that make sense? But yet crime is way up to the sky. Yeah. And crime is, to me, is always blackface. I don't believe he had no business being in prison. Not 22 years, but they gave him 60. So they gave him the rest of his life in prison. He didn't kill anybody. And I would mention that. I'm not going to mention it on the radio because I would talk to you privately.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is that he spent all that time in prison and was always from maximum security to supermax, one body, handcuffed, for one man. I mean, you got all of these guys on one man, but yet the crime is still up in the areas that you claim. I believe a lot of this is falsified. It's put on black people. And we got to fight because I'm going to fight for them because it's not all black people. You never hear about white people crime. Never, never, never.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to fight for our people because there's a genocide mission going on. And it's been ever since supposedly we got out of slavery. And then we got out of slavery, what they do? They put you back on the land of plantation. They call you a criminal. So that, I have a problem with it, and I always call, and I just have to beef it up. But I don't like. I'm a mother. I have 2 sons. I don't like them killing my black men.
Absolutely.
All right.
And that's what I don't like.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your call. We're going to Bobby. Bobby, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. What's your truth?
Hey, Brother Homer and Dame, what's going on, man? This is Bobby. Former community organizer.
What's that, Bobby?
With you and Stepper. You got it, man, in the 15th.
Yes, sir.
First of all, man, I'd like to say, hey, man, thank you for, what you're doing at Hip Hop Week, man. I really was trying to get down to some event, but my new job didn't really allow me the time and the flexibility to get down there and see anything. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate what you're doing for the city, man, and that.
Thank you, Bobby.
But my question would be about yesterday, Homer was doing a topic, and people were calling in about ways to, should we chase or should we not chase? Mm-hmm. I got my opinion on it. I think that we should, police should chase, but I think they ought to do it smarter. And I know from being on a lot of committees, working with law enforcement and with the community, that there's certain laws that, and technologies that can't be used because of laws. And if you can, I'd like for you to speak to that, can MPD use drones and the different kinds of technologies that's out there by law, in the state of Wisconsin? And is it, if they can, is it a matter of cost, us being able to afford that or pay for that or not? So I'm going to sit back, man. I'm going to listen to what you got to say.
Yes, sir.
But that's kind of my take on it, Damien. I know you the guy that knows some things. Mm-hmm. And tell Russ I said hi if he's listening. I'm going to holler at you, Russ. All right, brothers.
All right, love you, Bobby. Thank you for the call.
Thank you, Bobby.
That was one of the main topics on one of the shows, to chase or not to chase on Monday, especially after the Hassan Strahan, who is commonly known as Rio Corleone, was the guy that lost his life on 51st and Center. Mm-hmm. And, while the police chase or the pursuit was going on, and the person that they were pursuing ended up hitting that car, and that man ended up, innocent civilian, ended up losing his life. So it brought black into the mix of everybody to chase or not to chase. Yeah. And with you having that inside, again, perspective on it, I'm like, Bobby, let's hear your thoughts and opinions on it.
I think if you say, we've seen both sides of it, right? Mm-hmm. We've had Flynn who was like, I ain't chasing nobody. We're not doing that. And what happens is they know they're not getting chased, so they dipping off, right? And then you have Norman or whomever was before Norman, where they like, we're going to chase. And so now they know they getting chased, and they still dipping off, right? So you left with the same end result at the end, except now they're dipping off, and now police cars are running into people, or it seems like there's more. We had an accident on 35th and Valete the other day. The little dude ran into the
Total Wireless store, or whatever.
And they was just redoing that, ran into that, and dipped out and tried to run off, right? So I think what we've tried to do, and we have inquired about, is, and there's always a pushback, is, the cameras on the lights. Some type of monitoring. So then now you don't got to chase them. You can just check the cameras and see where they're going.
But see, here's my pushback to that. I understand, but oftentimes they're stolen cars, and they don't even have license plate. I know you drive around the city and you see how many cars, unfortunately, don't even have a license plate.
No, I'm saying like in the event of a chase, you can just be like, instead of the police having to be all up on them to see where they going, just follow them on the cameras, like they have the CCC system,
the flock cameras.
Yeah, that's what we trying to get that in areas as well. And a lot of time the pushback is people are saying, well, I don't want these cameras watching me all of the time, and doing this. They already watching you.
Come on.
They already watching you. They can see you from a satellite. They already watching
and
you.
And they act like I'm on an island by myself when I say that, man. Just like the facial recognition.
They already can
They already can do that. But you don't want them, but you want the crime solved, but you don't want them to have the tools that they may need
now, the facial
to help do it.
recognition, I don't know.
Man, they do it at the airport. You can't come in the 3rd Street Market Hall without it. You ain't going to be in this.
That's private property. But that's another subject.
3rd Street Market Hall ain't private property. It's public.
It's public, but if somebody owns it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But on the cameras outside, and then if you're going to use facial recognition, then don't give it to the people. The problem people have with the facial recognition is that, okay, they use this facial recognition, but then they give that information to other entities. Now, if it's a siloed information where it's just used by the MPD and they're not sharing it with, Trump and his guys, with ICE and with all these other people, then fine. But that's the area we're in right now. I'm just talking about like cameras on the street light so that we don't have to chase after these people. Yeah, use some drones. So now you see somebody doing something they try to pull off, you shoot that drone up in the air, and now you following him, and you're going to see where he gets off at and what happens. You know what I'm saying?
But people talk about the price and what that cost might be.
The cost is always going to be there.
Right.
We ain't got no money for none of this. This is all theory. There's no money. Oh, let's be real. There's no money for any of this. This is all theory. If we had, this is all like, if I had $100 million, if I won the lottery, this is what I would do. We don't have that money. That money ain't there.
Man, listen, man. We got to take care of some bills. We got a couple of people that are on the True Talk text lines. Al, we see you. Miss Sean, we see you. And we'll be coming back to deal with that. And I'm still going to end up asking Dame about the FTP for life. The way that he feels, you know what I'm saying?
It's historic.
So we're going to come back and talk about it. We got to get ready to take care of some bills, but we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care. This summer, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. That's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and,
Yeah, but
and
that was a
water.
choice, right?
It was a choice.
Yeah.
But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Eastbound 94, we do have a crash at 84th Street, so watch out for that. It is off on the right shoulder. Delays coming in from the Zoo interchange all the way past that point to about 35th. Southbound on 43, backups from Good Hope Road down to about Bender, and then back on the brakes from Hampton all the way down to Locust. Southbound on 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive, with the northbound side slow from Watertown Plank Road up to Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early sunshine, increasing clouds, isolated afternoon showers possible, a high of 76. Tonight, chance for showers and storms, a low of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black. The legendary Home Blow, along with the legendary
Dame Elsie in the building.
We've got callers on our Truth Talk text lines. You can join them at 833-212-1017. We're going to Al. Al, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth?
My truth is where we at right now. See, they let people get too loose in their house. And the people you're dealing with, you got to come down on them hard. Like Sodom and Gomorrah, drunk off of Wild Irish Rose and Night Train, who did 6 lines of cocaine because they have got too comfortable with their actions. You got to come down on them so hard that every time they fart, they get nervous. But what happened was they let people get...
I'm sorry. You fart, they get nervous. I just unfortunately visualized that.
And see, the problem is they let people get so loose that a lot of people hold the torches, but they don't want the responsibility. You got to come down on them hard and make examples like you ain't never made examples before. Like when they stand here and they let a silent one go and they defecate all on themselves. They let too much stuff get loose in their house, and now everybody's standing back looking crazy like your mayor, your governor. When you're dealing with certain kind of people, you got to come down hard. There's no talking. You run, we lock you up. We don't care who you see. We don't care if you talk to Jesus. You coming off the streets today. And when you do get saved, it's gonna be because they went past the second ring, not because you found life. Because you had the free will to do what's right. So you get saved after they go past the second ring. When you drop that soap, come down on them hard, and you will have the streets back.
Damn.
Have a good day.
Hey, damn. Miss Sean, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth?
Hello. I hate trying to follow behind Al.
That's rough, ain't it?
There's no words.
Ain't too much worse than not trying to follow behind Al.
Ain't nothing else to say. But, my comment was on the high-speed chasing thing, I just really think They had stopped it for a while. I'm pretty much on the same page with Mr. Elzy. That's, it's a high-speed chase. That's not working either. And you got people who are dying. Just recently, a pregnant mother, and her baby was in a car caught up in a high-speed chase. Do we really want to lose people in that situation? And we really don't, not for these little rugrats running around here in these cars and doing some of everything.
You almost
but it's
choked
not
me,
worth them
Miss
losing their lives.
You almost choked me. You said these little rugrats, and it caught me. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, you have to make it personal for people who say chase. You have to say, okay, what about your mom, your dad being an innocent bystander? Your sibling. And see, I was caught up in one on Center and Hadley, and I had to pull my big old size car up on a sidewalk to get out the way. And then I thought to myself, well, what if somebody was on that sidewalk? They would have been a goner. So it's just really something. I think they can do more. We got too much technology out here for them to find people. They can find me when they want to give me a speeding ticket, and they take pictures on the traffic lights, and I get a ticket in the mail.
That's really in Chicago.
So if they can do that. I was in Ohio too when that happened to me. So I'm pretty sure they're getting it here. But if they can do all of that, they can put drones out. They can put other types of technology out to catch these people. They don't have to high-speed chase. And it's not just the citizens that are dying. The police officers are dying too. And I feel sorry for that young man who just lost his life. God bless his family. It's just really sad that those things have to happen before people get it right.
Yeah,
but the answers are there.
Thank you very much, Miss Shawn. Appreciate you.
Our guy Caesar passed from a sheriff high-speed chase.
Caesar Stinson.
Right? It was a sheriff high-speed chase, right, or something like that, right? So yeah, it affected all of us, and I don't think she's wrong, and it's just me talking off the top of the head, freestyling here a little bit, and I haven't thought this out or anything, y'all. So don't jump down my throat like, oh, you can't do that. But I think the penalties for running off from the police should be increased. That it should be, okay, we're stopping you for this minor offense, but once you have decided you're going to run off, now that should be like attempted murder. And not just like attempted murder on a police officer, but attempted murder it's like shooting a gun off or whatever that would be. Like if you shoot reckless endangerment.
Because you're recklessly endangering safety.
Maybe not attempted murder, but reckless endangerment or something, because you have now effectively put yourself in a position to cause harm on the community. So that is an amplifier. So it's not just like you just running off. It's an amplifier of it. So then people are like, man, if I run off and I get caught, then I'm gonna have to sit for 10 years for running off. And I'm FTP. I'm not for putting down more laws that will send more brothers and sisters to jail. But if you run off, at this point, there's no protection for you because you've decided to do that, and you decided to put the rest of the community at risk. And so I have to think about the rest of the community, and I can't just think about this one person. So if you run off, now if you just stop, and I'm not saying like, and that's different than when the police be like, oh, he was resisting arrest, when a brother wasn't resisting arrest or something.
Yeah, I get that part.
If you run off,
the rules change.
The rules have changed.
They
now.
have to.
I can no longer use my platform. I can no longer use my black power to protect you at that point because you've decided to run off and endanger the rest of the community.
Now, that's what I be talking about when I say, Dane, when I talk about the minority group. But what they do, the damage they do, affects the majority. We just driving, trying to get where we going. We taking a mother, a father, grandpa, our baby, ourselves. We just trying to get to where we're going. We ain't asking for this because some people just try to omit all of the reckless driving that goes on without a police chase, and people lose their lives or they're maimed for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
There's no excuse and there's no protection that can be given for somebody when they're reckless driving. And now we had Russ and I came up with some legislation that later got picked up by Lamont. He caught flack for it, but the point is this: if you are, the legislation was, if you're pulled over going over 20 miles per hour, then there should be some repercussions for that. You're reckless driving at that point. But then we had to think, okay, are we trusting the MPD? Not all of the MPD is great people, and now we're giving them all of this power, and it's going to adversely affect the black and brown communities because we're over-policed and all of this other stuff, right? So we had to think of all of that. But when you think of all of that, there still needs to be something done to stop reckless driving. We just can't let it be out here. So the
that's
point
where
is,
I'm at.
if you pull off, and now you've pulled off, and you're running off, and the police officer has cut his sirens on, he's trying to pull you over, you've accelerated your speed.
That's
at
right.
That point.
That's right.
Now you ain't pulling over.
That's right.
You've accelerated your speed and taken off. You are now endangering the rest of the community.
Hello.
And so there needs to be some type of amplifier on that, so then we can stop. Because there's a scene in LL Cool J's movie where he's with Omar. I can't remember where he's playing. His name is God in the movie. You know what I'm talking about? Where the one cop is an undercover cop.
Yeah.
And LL is this big drug dealer, right?
Yep.
Anyway, LL they get surrounded by the police, and the undercover cop is ready to, he's so wrapped up in it, he's ready to go ham. And LL is like, chill. I got lawyers. You're gonna make it worse. That's what we have to do for the reckless driving, is put that mentality in people's head. Like, let me just pull over. Because whether I got this dope on me, whether I got this warrant on me, if I try to get away, that's only going to make everything at that point worse.
And this is where I tell people all the time, I mention, if you love your children, then get your kids. Don't wait until a worst case scenario thing happens to end up now showing up. Because oftentimes, what do we always hear, Dame? Where the parents at? Where the parents at?
In Too Deep is the movie.
Okay.
She just said it, not to cut you off.
Yeah. Where the parents at? Where the parents at? And now they come in trying to show us the little elementary school pictures, like I say, because they can't show you any of the teenage pictures because they holding guns or smoking blunts and, doing illegal activity. They riding around in stolen cars and all of that kind of stuff. So they get in and out, and they know it. They know the system. They will steal a car, drive reckless, end up getting caught, pulled over, taken out to juvenile detention facility, and on their way, they'll be like, I'll be black, I'll be out in a couple of hours. And when you talk to some of the court commissioners out there, they'll tell you, they done a JS Online story about it, where it's like, and they're right. I have to let them go. The parents or the guardians come out and they get them, and they do get out in 2 hours. There are law enforcement officers who have publicly said, I've taken some of these people out there 4 times in one day. 4 times in one day for the same reckless driving. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if there is no elevation, man, if there is no elevation, and that's why I say there needs to be tougher punishments.
I think
there has to be.
Is an extreme to 4 times in a day. That's extreme.
But
that's crazy.
None of law enforcement. This was in the article. Yeah.
But what we have to do is, instead of increasing, and especially I'm talking about for adults now. If you're 18 and over, then okay.
What do we do for the teens?
And I'm saying for the teenagers and the young adults, we can't increase punishment. That's not gonna work, because now you're increasing the reciditiveness, and you got them going in and out of jail, right? I think what we need to do is, instead of letting them out, right, and see, we need to, before we let them out, we need to do some research into their home life. See if we're letting them out into a good situation where maybe the mother and the father have been trying and they just need resources to help them keep this kid under, or we're releasing this kid to where he's sleeping on the floor and his mother is...
And what happens if that is the situation?
If that's the situation, we got to keep him now. We take it upon ourselves to keep him and try to not keep him locked up, but we sending him to school. We finding him someplace to go where he can have a good foundation. Because a lot of times, like you're saying, if they getting put out, they coming right back. That's because the parent is not...
But sometimes in some of those situations, and it has been proven as well, that sometimes they even have a 2-parent household, but they just want to be rebellious. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We are your cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub. He's a chicken noodle soup with an orange soda on the side. I'm the legendary Homer Blow. He's the legendary
Dame Elgin.
Will Be Black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Botox can do more for men than just smooth out wrinkles. It can help reduce chronic migraines, stress-related facial tension, and even excessive sweating. Come on out to Botox and Beers Saturday, September 13th at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. It's an event for men who want to feel better, perform better, and look sharp without the fuss. Come and watch college football, get treated with Botox in the low-key, no-pressure setting of Sweet Talks, then have a brew when you're done. Spots are limited, so reserve yours now at sweettalks.com. That is SLEETTOX.com.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Ready to buy your first house? Move into your forever home or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. We're black again. We got to go to the line because we're in the last gear here, and we got Winky Blue. Winky Blue, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. What's your truth?
Well,
yes, sir.
This reckless driving thing. I don't know if we've gotten fearful or what, but these young people, man, that are driving these cars. I mean, I gotta look at it for what it's like. It's grown people driving it too, but we have to be careful because if we keep pushing reckless, everything is reckless, then there's no room for an actual accident. There's no room for a real mistake. Some stuff is honestly mistakes, and if you're passing on the left, that could be deemed reckless driving. Something that's simple. Now, we know that it's wrong. You're supposed to pass on the incoming lane when the time is permitting you to do it. But that can be deemed as a reckless driver, man. And when it comes down to these young folk, we need to open up wells. It's manicured, it's groomed, they keep the joint up. Why won't we put them? They only closed it because of declining factor, and they pushed all the kids up to Lincoln Hills. And then we allow children to dictate, all right, their punishment and say, we getting raped, we getting beat, the staff is beating us. And instead of investigating and putting federal people on it to see if human and civil rights violate, what we do, we went up there with our people trying to get something back here so we can get that revenue back home, okay, Milwaukee. But a Milwaukee kid, that's why Job Corps didn't work out. we need to open up Ethan Allen. Man, listen, if kids need to go to jail, man, prison, man, a boy's prison, man, a girl's prison. It works because you finally realize that you cannot go home. You can cry, all of that. Man, you here. You're gonna get your strip search. You're going to go through the whole thing. A lot of people, man, made the choice to do right after experiencing Ethan Allen or Catamount Lane when it was for kids, for young folk, you know. So we got that's what we need to be advocating for, Dang. Where you got Russ over there. And what is he doing? Is he petitioning the governor before he get out of office? Get that place back up and running? These kids need somewhere to go, man. They back on the street as soon as they do something. Come on, man. When we was kids, if you just got caught skipping school, you could go to Wales and stay up there, man. So, listen, that's what we need to be advocating for. Open up the boys' prison. Send them to jail. We got to go back to prison. You know, and they're going to go to school. They're going to go to school in jail, man. They're going to get GEDs. They're going to get culinary art skills up there in Waukesha. They're going to get degrees coming out of Wales, man. Okay? They're going to learn skills, brother. They got to go to jail, or else our streets is going to be just terrorized. Look, the mama running from the husband running from the mama, and the kids running all of them. That's what's happening with this man. I got to go.
All right, thank you, Winky Blue.
Hey,
you got to respond, Dave.
I'm not even mad at Winky for that. Shout out to Winky. You know, we have our arguments, and we have our anytime Winky call, I'll be like, But right then, Winky on point, because he's absolutely right. We do need to, for some of, and I'm saying the reason why they moved, you know, Wales and all of that stuff. I remember coming up and hearing about Wales. That was actual fear. For us was going to Wales. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
I
wanted
used to go talk
there.
to the youth that were held at Wales.
And there's no telling how many kids it stopped from getting involved in crazy stuff just because I'm not going to jail for nobody. So I was not involved in a lot of crazy stuff.
Neither was I.
And the fear of Wales being held, because I knew some kids that went. The fear, and I knew what type of dudes they were. So the fear of being locked up with these dudes kept me from, you know, joyriding in cars, kept me from doing a lot of stuff outside of the fact that my father was present and my mother was present in my life. Even with that still being there, I still lived on 29th. So it was like, okay, I could still get involved in this stuff. I didn't, though. And I'm not mad at that. But what I will disagree with
that earlier this week, bro.
What I will disagree with Winky is that I think that prison should be closer so that the family can visit these kids and they can still be in part in our community. It's not about the money. It's about them being in our community and still being present. We don't want to make it feel like they ostracized and they away, because sometimes they family, you get some little dude that's got to do 2 years and his family doesn't have the means to get up there or something like that. So we want to have it in the community, but we want to have it. Because even if, and this is like when we were talking about before, like what if you do the research and you see that this house that this person is in is just not good, and then, okay, now that's a good reason for them to go to this detention center, even though now we're going to make sure he go to school. Now we're going to make sure that he eating well. Now we're going to make sure, because at under 18, we can make that less of a prison and more of a boarding school. You know what I'm saying?
Gigi on the YouTube page said the family is tired of these kids, their own kids at that. Those kids are taking over, and you know it's that battle, bruh. It's that battle. But before we get to where we got to do our final take, the True Talk text lines are still open, 833-212-1017. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The FTP, do you not look at that as a stereotype? Because I know you're saying FTP for life, because to say that blankets all of them, as in saying that there are no good law enforcement officers, period.
First of all, break it down. To make it a stereotype, it has to be based on falsehoods and it has to be based on non-factual stuff.
Right. So
when we talk about the police,
are all law enforcement bad?
I'm not saying that. Let me get to the point. When we talk about the police as an institution, The institution of policing came from slavery, came from slave patrol. So as a black person in America, there's no way that something that is built in that foundation and was built out of that, you can say you fully support. Now, will I say there are good police officers? There might be people in the police department who want to do good, but the institution of policing won't allow that to happen. So you're already in a muck. It's like I'm going to go to the sewer.
You don't see none doing good. You don't see, even though they're in that system, even though they're in the system.
The system won't allow that to happen.
But I see it happen.
They can say they're doing good, but the system is still the system. If I have a clean water supply, and a dirty water supply, and I add some clean drops of water in there, that clean drops of water is going to be overtaken by the dirty water supply. The system itself is bad.
Yeah,
and the system itself
we have to agree to disagree on that, because, like I say, I know some law enforcement officers of all races that are not bad law enforcement officers. And because of that, even though they are within, like there's some people that we're saying some things because we're just doing our job. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, how are you going to blanket that on us? We didn't make the decision. You feel what I'm saying?
You decided to join this institution knowing that this institution is blatantly racist and has been historically racist against black people and brown people.
How do you change the narrative? That's just like saying
there is no change in the narrative.
Okay, so then that's, for some people, they would say that we should say that about all politicians. All politicians aren't bad. We know it's a system, but listen, we know it's a systemic system that is there. That's why you hear so many people, unfortunately, saying, "Man, all of them ain't no good." But I'm like, don't say I don't agree with that, because there are some great, and we know that it was set up.
I'm saying
in a crazy way.
There are police officers that are trying to do good, but the system that they're in
is making them do bad.
It won't allow them to be effective in trying to do good.
So is it making them bad?
I'm not saying it's making them bad. I'm saying a lot of times they quit. I say FTP because the system itself is based upon racist activities and based upon a racist institution. And anytime you have something based upon a racist institution and built up from that, there's no way that can be good.
Well, then so it's FT America then, because America was built on. So do you say that? But you also working in politics, as I like to call it, had to take some oaths and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not out in these streets having to be judged, jury, and execution. I'm not the system. And even if you're talking about politics itself, Milwaukee's politics is born in socialism, which is a people first. It's not the system.
But do people end up believing that that's how it's being done? They don't. They don't believe in the political system in a lot of times.
We talk about the facts of the matter is.
But again, so the same thing could be said again with law enforcement. I'm not going to demonize those that are doing a great job. So what is your last moments, man, before we get up out of here, bro?
My last thought is power to the people. That's all I got to say.
If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you, and I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, night, and hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. I believe that there is good in a lot of people, and there's some bad in some people, so you have to decipher what works for you. Love you, babes. Talk to our agents. We are up out of here. Peace.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
We address people, young boys, as if they're grown when they're not. For me, they're not young men. They're young boys.